This forecast is powered by Comfort Now, comprehensive heating and cooling solutions for Atlantic and Cape May counties.
All right, guys, I want to start off taking a look at our Glen Insurance cam overlooking the Hamilton Lake in Hamilton. A beautiful, picturesque scene. I went to high school out in Hamilton. I spent many years there. Love the town, love the people, love the skies over top of the lake there. Beautiful sunny skies for a period of time today, and it was all about location, location, location. Not everybody broke out into mostly sunny skies, but if you did, you saw the temperatures respond in a very favorable direction. We got up to 61 at the airport in Egg Harbor Township, 44 our dew point. Winds aren't registering on that sensor. I'm wondering if it's faulty, but we certainly do have some breezier winds gusting to 15, 20 miles an hour at times. 43 right now for a temperature in Philadelphia, 48. Still hanging on to those warmer temps in Atlantic City, 43 up to our northeast in New York, 37 in Scranton, and the real warm stuff that's going to start to move into our region down here to our southwest. Charleston, West Virginia coming in at 54 degrees. By tomorrow morning, we're going to start to get a taste of that. Then by tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be really toasty around our neck of the woods. 48 in Mays Landing right now, 50 on the promenade in Sea Isle City. And the farther north and west you go, the cooler it is. And that was the case throughout the day. Yeah, we got to 50 degrees, 55 even in Cherry Hill, but it wasn't as warm as portions of Atlantic and Cape May County earlier on. Gusting to 25 in Cape May right now. Same thing in Atlantic City, 15 in Mays Landing, 11-mile-an-hour gust in the Cherry Hill area. And these winds are ultimately going to calm down totally tonight. You take that and you combine it with our air temperature and dew point coming very close to one another, and that allows for the production of fog. So allow yourselves an extra 10 or 15 minutes to get to where you need to go, because the visibility could get down to under a mile by tomorrow morning. Temperatures tonight in the lower 50s. So this is where we are right now. Winds are fully out of the south. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be dealing with those wide areas of fog, especially to the east of Hamilton, right along the coastal plain. Through the afternoon, if you're looking for some rain, chances are you're not going to get it. It's not going to be a washout by any stretch of the imagination, even though your phone app has been saying rain for Saturday and Sunday for days. You'll get perhaps a couple spritzes or sprinkles, a passing shower or two. But by and large, it's going to be a dry day, and I am cautiously optimistic that we could break the cloud cover for a period of partly to mostly sunny skies, a lot like today. And if that's the case, with that enhanced southerly flow, we're looking at temperatures soaring to even near 70 degrees. The wet weather is still well out to the south and west on your Sunday early morning. Sunday 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, start to watch the west for this line of showers and thunderstorms extending from Scranton, west of Allentown, through Reading, Lancaster, coming through the Harrisburg area after 6 o'clock, and then right through our neck of the woods. Now, this line's likely going to break up and not be as potent in Hamilton Point southeast, but we could certainly get some rumbles of thunder first thing in the morning on Sunday, then through the afternoon. Things are going to get better. I told you in the 4 o'clock forecast this afternoon that there's this old wives' tale that comes from an old story in the deep south, that if it thunderstorms in the heart of the winter season, 10 days later, you could potentially get some snow. And it's weird because we are looking at a pattern change coming our way within the next 10 days. Let's open up the door and get you outside for tomorrow morning. You'll be encountering those areas of fog, mainly to the east of Hamilton, north factor of an 8, temperature starting off in the low and mid 50s. By the afternoon, 68 mainland. If we can get some sun, I think we're going to ride up to near 70. Cooler at the beaches, 56. Atlantic City down to Cape May. The number to beat is 62. So any way you look at it, we are going to walk away with a new record high temperature for the date tomorrow. The record for Sunday is 69. I'm forecasting 69 right now. That's an early morning high temperature. As soon as the thunder boomers come through, or whatever comes our way, showers or thunderstorms, could be either one, we'll start to watch the temperatures fall through the afternoon back down into the 50s. We'll improve our sky conditions as the sun is going to try to come out. Number of 60-degree days in January by decade. It happens. It's not unusual. It's kind of rare, but you can go back all the way to the 1950s and see we had 23 days that decade at 60 or better. The warmest day actually occurred in the 50s at 72 degrees. The 2000s were the most recent warm decade for January. Okay, it's clearly been very warm around here. December into the first part of January. Admittedly, I was thinking that the pattern shift would happen by the first week of January. That didn't happen. Clearly, we're in the second week of the month, but it does look like it's going to start to go in a more positive direction if you're a fan of snow and cold. Now, I totally understand that there are a lot of you who do not like cold and snow, and I get it. You don't like to shovel. You might have some health ailments. But to be fair, December was good to you. Most of January's been good to you. Now it's time to crank up some fun. The pattern right now, you have all the orange and the red in the east, and then that's indicative of high pressure, higher heights. You're ridging in the jet stream, and you generally get warmer and not very active weather, or at least not stormy to the point where you're looking at snow. The cold and snow has been locked into the west coast, and the Pacific North America pattern has been very negative. So that puts a ridge to the south and west of Alaska. Now watch what happens by this coming weekend. You start to get a little bit of a trough in the east, still a hint of a ridge down to the south, and that sets up a battle zone through the mid-Atlantic, and there is absolutely a storm signal for next weekend. I am not going to go into any detail. All I will tell you is the potential exists, and as we go into early to mid this week, we'll start to get into all that and dissect it. But the overall pattern is going towards a much more sustainable look for cold air. You start to build the ridge over Alaska. You pump the jet stream up this way. It taps into the cold air. Then the cold air starts to filter down from the Hudson Bay, from Canada, and then you get the trough in the east. Watch what happens by the end of the month. This is the type of pattern we want to see. Some storminess down here in the Gulf. That's where you get your nor'easters. You have the trough in the jet stream, the colder air over the east, and that ridge pumping up over Western Canada. Textbook, what I want to see. And more models are coming around to this idea. You translate the temperature outlook, and yeah, very cold in the east. So we'll have to see. I'm not all in yet, but I am better mentally right now than where I was a week ago looking at these patterns. At least they're starting to pick up on some upper atmospheric changes going on around the world. Stay connected on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's at Nor'easter Nick. You can also go to my website, nor'easternick.com, and sign up for email alerts. Your 7-day forecast, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday, well above average. Several opportunities of some wet weather, no one-day washout, but it does look unsettled, and then we'll start to cool down in anticipation for next weekend.